again, good morning, class. This is Teacher Joker. For today, our subject is English, and we're going to continue our review about the previous vocabulary. So, are you ready, class? Okay, I hope everybody's ready. So, I'm now going to start. And before we start class, let's have a review first on the previous vocabulary that we had before. So, number 8, sport kit. Number 9, coach. Coach. Changing room, changing room, exercise, exercise, aerobic exercise, aerobic exercise, breathe, swimming, swimming, and the last one we have strength, strength. Okay, so in the next slide, I will be showing you the meaning and the sentences using this vocabulary again. Okay, so let's review first, and then after we're going to proceed on number 16 to 20. So when we say sport kit, it's a bag with tools or equipment used for sports activity. It's a bag with tools or equipment used for sports activity. So that is the meaning of sport kit. So if we're going to use that one in a sentence, you can say it as, I brought my sport kit. Again, sport kit is a kind of bag with full of tools or equipments, clothes, for example, that's being used for sports. Like for example, if you're going to play football, you need to bring extra shirts or sport shoes, for example, and then you're going to put that one in your bag. And that bag is what we call sport kit. Okay? So another example in a sentence is the sport kit is in the locker. The sport kit is in the locker. So class, this is what we call sport kit. This is an example of a bag with full of tools and equipments about sports, okay, that you use in sports. Number 9, coach. So what is coach? A person who teaches and trains the members of a sports team. So coach is a person who teaches and trains the members of sports team. So for example, in school, we have teachers, right? But in sports, in games, we have coach. Coach is their teacher. I am the coach of this team. He is the coach of this game. So this is an example of coach, or he is an example of a coach. He teaches the players in the game. Next is changing room. Changing room is a room where you can change your clothes. So in some big buildings or in some schools, for example, they have their own changing room, wherein you can change your clothes over there. So that is what we call changing room or dressing room, for example. Changing room or dressing room. So in a sentence, I am in the changing room. I am in the changing room. She is changing her shirt in the changing room. He is changing her shirt in the changing room. So this is an example of changing room, or let's say dressing room. It is where you can change your clothes, your shoes, and pants or shorts, for example. So again, changing room or dressing room. Next is exercise. Exercise. So what does exercise mean? It's a training of the body to improve its function and enhances its fitness. So exercise is a kind of activity that improves our body. So in a sentence, we can say, I exercise every day. We are having an exercise. So what are the kinds or yes of exercise? Many things, no? Everything that we do is an exercise. Physical activities is considered also an exercise. Running, jumping, Playing is also an exercise. Swimming, for example, having yoga, dancing, and many kinds of physical activities, those are considered exercise. Playing games also, those are exercise like badminton, volleyball, football, sepak takraw, and other kinds of activities. Next is aerobic exercise. So when we say aerobic exercise, physical activity. Aerobic meaning physical activity. Okay? So example of aerobic exercise are swimming, running, walking, cycling, and all the activities that we do are considered aerobic exercise or aerobic activity. So if you're going to use it in a sentence, you can say walking is an aerobic exercise. I love doing aerobic exercise. So these are just sample of the aerobic exercise of running, jogging, swimming, and many more. So all physical activities are considered aerobic exercise. Okay? Next is breathe. Breathe, meaning taking air or oxygen into the lungs. We inhale and exhale. That is what we call breathe or breathing. So in a sentence, we can use breathe. Like for example, the fish needs to breathe in the water. The fish needs to breathe in the water. We need to breathe, right? Because if we don't breathe, we will die. So again, that is what you call breathe. Yes, this is breathe. Inhale and exhale. We take in the oxygen and we take it out. Understood? So this is what we call breathe. Next is swimming. So it's a water sport. Swimming. I know you know this one already. So if we're going to use that in a sentence, you can say they are swimming or he is swimming in the pool. So that is what you call swimming. It could be swimming in the pool or swimming in a beach or in the river. Strength. Strength, meaning how strong a person is. It's the state of being physically strong. So when we say strength, how strong you are. Okay, how strong you are. So if you're going to use that one in a sentence, I have a good strength. I have a good strength, meaning you are very strong. Okay? His strength is amazing. His strength is amazing. So this is what we call strength. Strength meaning how strong you are. Okay? So if they say you have a very good strength, it means you're very strong. Understand? Okay, class, so that ends our review on our previous lesson. So on the next slide, I will be showing you the new vocabulary that we need to learn this day. Are you ready? Okay, so let's start. Okay, so let's have now the new vocabulary that we're going to learn today. So in number 16, we have rowing, rowing, muscles, muscles, handstands, handstands, training, training, gymnastic, gymnastic. So again, rowing, muscles, handstands, training, gymnastic. Okay, so on the following slides, I will be showing you its meaning and the picture. So when we say rowing, it's a sport of racing boat using oars. It's a sport of racing boat using oars. Okay, so later on I will be showing you the pictures about rowing or how does rowing look like. So in a sentence, his parents are always rowing or they're playing rowing always. I love rowing with my friends. So this is what we call rowing. It's a kind of boating or racing boat using oar. When we see oar, it's this one class. Okay, that is what we call oar. Rowing is a kind of boat racing using an oar. And oar is this one. Okay, or this one. That is what we call oar. And this sport is what we call rowing. Understood? Okay, so 17 is muscle. Muscle are elastic tissue in our body. These are elastic tissue in our body. So in a sentence, if you're going to use muscle in a sentence, you can say he has got muscles. And everybody got muscle. I have a big muscle. And again, this is what we call muscles. These are elastic tissues in our body. Muscles. So number 18 is handstands. So handstands is an act of balancing on one's hands with one's feet in the air or against a wall. So both your hands are on the floor while your feet is in the air or in upward. Okay? So if we're going to use that one in a sentence, you can say I can do handstands. I can do handstands, or handstands is my favorite exercise. So this is what you call handstands class. Your both hands are on the floor while your feet is in the air. See, it's being upward, okay? Your two hands are on the floor while your feet is in the air. Okay? So this is what you call handstands. This is also considered an exercise. Number 19 is training. Training. When we say training, it's an activity where you can learn new skills or new things. So, for example, if you're a beginner in playing football, for example, you need to have a training. In that training, you are going to learn how to play football. Okay? So if you're going to use training in a sentence, you can say, I am having my training today at school. I am having my training today at school. The training is difficult. The training is difficult. So that is training. Okay, so what I've said a while ago, training is where you learn new skills. So if you don't know how to play football, for example, or soccer, you need to go for training. In that training, you're going to learn how to play such game, the football, volleyball, for example, or soccer. Okay? And your teacher in this training is what we call a coach. And number 20 is gymnastic. Gymnastic. When we say gymnastic, it's a physical exercise designed to develop strength. So as you can see in the picture over there, that is what we call gymnastic. It is designed to develop strength. So if we're going to use gymnastic in a sentence, we can use it as like this. I play gymnastic with my friends. We learn gymnastic at school. We learn gymnastic at school. So this is what we call gymnastic. It's a kind of aerobic activities also designed to develop our strength. So for your activity class, you're going to write again the meaning of those 5 vocabularies and then use it in a sentence, okay? This is to be found on your vocabulary booklet, so kindly find this one on your vocabulary booklet. Look into your vocabulary booklet, I should say. So that ends our activity for today, class, and see you again in the next period.